everyone. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. Plus, my co-host, is my husband, Chris, who's sitting right behind me, literally.
Yep, I'm right here.
You can always sit beside me.
I am.
I mean, like, literally right there.
All right, I'll come.
So, okay, we have a new story for you guys tonight. It's something to do with little kids. My husband's gonna be right here, like always.
Yep.
Right there is fine. So, new story. It's called The Child in the Linen Closet. This is a new story. Before we get started on the story, Chris and I went walking around our neighborhood like a couple of hours ago, and as soon as I looked towards where Ace Rent to Own building is, some dumbass guy decided to say something stupid and be disrespectful to other people. Apparently, he disrespected an old lady that parked her car, and I told her that she needs to call the cops on that dumbass guy. I think he was wearing a mask. It's like the clothes were a little weird, and he was being disrespectful to everyone, and Chris defended us, and he defended the old lady, of course. So this guy should be in jail or prison for the rest of his life for what he is doing. It is wrong. And disrespecting a lot of people. He's just being a dumbass little shit. Needs to learn to respect other people. Literally. So, I hope that if you guys know this guy, you need to tell him to stop being disrespectful. It hurts people's feelings. So, that's what I'm saying. We don't know this dumbass guy's name, but it looked like he was almost wearing kind of like a Ghostbuster clothes or something. But I think he was just being a dumbass. So anyway, although here's a really cool thing. Friday there's a movie coming out. It is called Supergirl. And normally I hate movies like that, but I'm just supporting my producers, so the three of us are probably going. So it's going to be me, Fearless, and his son, Caden. Anyway, are you guys going to go see the movie? Because if you like superhero stuff, you should definitely go and watch it. You can watch any movie, but any creepy shit. So, anyway, let's get started on the story. My skin gets very dry. I should probably put some lotion on, because if I don't put enough hydration or drink enough water and put lotion on my skin, it's going to get dry, cracked, and bloody. And it's going to get worse. So that's why I drink tea or water. I drink pop too. So I put lotion on my skin all the time. Like every night before I go to sleep, usually. Like after I get cleaned up. So anyway, it's the best way to get your skin feel much better. As you drink a lot of water and put some lotion on your skin, it's supposed to feel much smoother or something. Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for supporting my channel, and also I want to thank you guys for sharing my channel with everyone and clicking like. Also, I hope you guys are getting ready for 4th of July because it's coming up next month, like maybe in a week. It's probably about a week or two, somewhere around there. So anyway, let's get started. So get something to drink, maybe water, maybe tea or whatever. So just sit back, relax, and let's get started on the story. So anyway, after the story, we'll be doing the questions and answers. So if you have any questions, all you got to do is leave me a comment down below right here on live stream. And if you have a lot of questions, you can leave me a comment with the questions. And also, if you have any opinions, please leave me a comment down below. You can also join me on live stream as well. You can click present online, like in line or something, or whatever, but you guys can join me with the conversation of the spirits and stuff if you wish to. You're always welcome. So let's get started on the story, because tomorrow I have a lot of shit to do, like help my friend with his stuff or whatever. By the way, Chris, Fearless has to take Ronnie for his eye exam, and after that, Fearless and I will hang out.
Cool.
He'll let me know when he's done with Ronnie's appointment and shit. He'll call me when he's on his way. All right, so let's get started. I got a lot of shit to do anyway tomorrow. So it doesn't matter what time I have my shit done, but at least I can get my house cleaned up, hopefully. All right, so we are still on season 5. We are in episode 173, The Child in the Linen Closet. Faith accepted the temporary nursing rotation at Hallowmere Hospice because the pay differential was impossible to ignore, and because she prided herself on not letting old buildings, old sorrow, or old stories interfere with patient care, Hallowmere operated in converted manner outside town, where the original owner's rooms had been divided into patient suites, family lounges, and one long service corridor lined with supply closets. Staff learned quickly which hall squeaked, which windows stuck, and which family members needed tea more than updates. Faith adapted to all of it without trouble. What she did not adapt to was the linen closet on the north corridor. Every time she opened it after midnight, One shelf had already been straightened beyond reason, fitted sheets folded in perfect thirds, and washcloths stacked by shade. No one on staff folded like that. More troubling was the child's voice she occasionally heard from inside before opening the door, counting very softly under its breath. That poor child inside the linen closet. I'm guessing this little child somehow got, I don't know, hurt or whatever, traumatized. No wonder why this kid got, I don't know, locked inside the linen closet, or like when she was like, I don't know, looking for a safe place to hide from something bad. No wonder why this child might be dead by now. Well, anyway, this kid is like scared to death. If I ever saw this child, I would try my best to help this little child. I probably would. At first, she assumed one of the volunteers had taken to organizing as stress relief and was too shy to admit it. The counting, however, was harder to excuse. It sounded like a little girl reciting numbers to steady herself, 1 through 12. Pause, then again. On her fifth night shift, Faith opened the closet just as the counting stopped and caught a glimpse of movement low to the floor, as if someone in a pale dress had slipped behind the rolling towel cart. She yanked the cart aside. Nothing. The floor was empty except for one small wooden clothespin. Lying upright, the hospice administrator, when Faith mentioned hearing a child in the service hall, reacted with look that was too tired for surprise. She said some night nurses over the years claimed a little girl appeared near the linen closet, especially when rooms at the end of the corridor were occupied by children or parents too exhausted to sleep. She doesn't hurt anyone. The administrator said she just likes the towels neat. That explanation offended Faith's sense of seriousness. People were dying in that building. Families were unraveling to reduce an unexplained presence. To housekeeping felt incident. So she started asking older aides for the house's history. A retired CNA named Maribel, who still volunteered twice a month, provided the part everyone else omitted. Before the manor became hospice, it had served briefly as a convalescent home run by a charitable women's society. After an epidemic, one family lived on site with their daughter, Eleanor, who spent much of her illness isolated near the north corridor because fresh linens, compresses, and medicines were kept there. According to letters, Eleanor developed a habit of counting folded cloths because it helped her keep the dark from getting too close. She died young and One of the matrons reportedly kept finding the linen cupboard rearranged for months. Afterward, the habit survived conversion, vacancy, renovation, and grief layered atop grief. Wow. This child literally died so young from some kind of sickness. We don't really know what killed this little girl. We don't know what kind of illness this little girl had. Oh, I'm so tired, you guys. I should probably go to sleep after this. It's almost 9. So, I'm guessing this breaks your heart. It breaks my heart that this child died. It also breaks my heart when older people also pass away, like the actress named Devi Chase. She was the voice of Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, the movie, the animated version of it. Also, the actress from the movie called The Ring. So it was kind of creepy though. I've seen it. Where she played the little girl, like a spirit of a little girl who died by, I don't know, mother, I guess. She, like, see, her character, that little girl, was, I don't know, pushed into the well by her crazy mother or whatever happened to her. So, apparently the kid died and became a spirit as well. So the movie is called The Ring, and it really freaked me out. I see a lot of creepy shit. So there's a lot of creepy is called Insidious. There's like Insidious 1, 2, 3, of course. There is a lot of freaky movies like that, especially like Annabelle. I actually seen a movie called Annabelle. Freaky as shit. But there's one movie that scares me the most. It is called The Grudge. There's the second one as well. There is the third one. I have seen The Grudge 1, 2, and 3. And it freaking gives me nightmares. I do not want to watch that movie ever again. And the actress who was in the movie of The Grudge number 2 was Sarah Michelle Gellar. I mean, she's alive, but her character isn't. So, it really gives me nightmares. So I would never, ever want to watch that. So, all right, let's continue on the story, and we'll figure something out with all these questions and answers of this story. I mean, every story I have read pretty much related to a lot of real life events. If you have any opinions, just leave me a comment down below, or you guys can tell me stories about your experience. I've had experience like that too. I mean, when I was hanging out with my friend Jessica Ann Wilcox, we started to have these weird experiences ourselves. Her cat literally started acting, going crazy back and forth, and it's like it was seeing what we could not see, but we felt it. So no wonder why. Well, anyway, let's continue on the story. I hope this story makes any sense to you guys. Even I'm trying to figure it out. Any sense to the story. Faith might still have filed the story under sentimental institutional folklore, if not for room 18. A little boy there, no older than 6, had entered his final days with his mother sleeping upright in the chair and his father driving in from another country whenever weather allowed. On a difficult night, when the child ran fever and panic made everyone sharper than they needed to be, Faith rushed to the linen closet for fresh, cool cloths and found them already laid out on a tray with a basin of water exactly the way she needed them. No staff member claimed credit. As she carried the tray to room 18, she heard soft footsteps behind her and a child's whisper say, "The blue ones stay cooler longer." She used the blue cloths without arguing with the dead or herself. The little boy settled faster than expected. After that, Faith began noticing how often the hidden order arrived just ahead of need. Spare blankets turned down in family rooms before overnight storms. Child-sized socks folded atop supply bins. Socks folded atop supply bins on the night. A confused grandfather wandered barefoot into the hall of fallen stuffed rabbit placed on the chair outside room 12. So, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Outside room 12, before anyone had noticed, the toddler sibling had lost it. The hospice did not feel haunted in the lurid sense. It felt accompanied, particularly in the vulnerable administrative spaces, where care becomes tangible. Then, near dawn, one Sunday, Faith saw the child clearly. The north corridor was quiet. Room 18's mother had finally dozed. At the linen closet door stood a little girl in a pale night dress, with one ribbon trailing from her braid, both arms full of folded washcloths. She looked no more substantial than moonlight on lacquered wood. "You missed one," she told Faith, nodding toward a cloth half fallen from the stack inside. Faith did not ask whether the girl was Eleanor. She already knew. Instead, she asked the only question that seemed honest. "Why are you still here?" The child looked toward the patient rooms, not toward Faith, because they forget the small things when they are scared, she said, and the small things hurt first. Then she placed the cloths on the cart one by one with the solemn diligence of someone for whom folding itself had once been survival. Faith found herself crying with no drama in it, just quiet tears of recognition for how much care happens below the level of medicine in cool fabric straightened sheets, counted socks, orderly stacks that tell frightened people somehow is still paying attention. When she looked up again, Eleanor was gone. But the cloths remained folded perfectly. I'm guessing Faith didn't know that this little girl knew what the nurse needed for a 6-year-old child, I guess. I think that might be helpful. I think if you think this little girl was helping the nurse named Faith to make the child feel better, I think so. Sorry about that, guys. My mouth is very dry. It's always dry. So I'll have to refill this bottle with pop again as soon as I'm finished with this show. I mean, we're about 26 minutes. So anyway, I hope you guys got any sense of this story. So I just hope that you guys have any idea what was happening in the hospice care. So let's continue on. We're almost done here anyway. Faith started leaving a small basket of clothespins in the closet after that, though no one needed them for anything practical. The administrators humored her. Other nurses began noticing that night shifts on the North Corridor felt less lonely. When the basket was full and the linens left in good order, room 18's little boy died peacefully. 2 days later, with no blue washcloths cooling his hand. His mother later wrote a thank you card saying she never once felt her son was unattended. Even in the moments before staff entered, Faith never corrected her about how many attendants there may have been. Some forms of help are too exact and too humble to expose two families who need comfort more than cosmetology. What? Cosmology. Why am I saying cosmetology? It's a little freaky. I don't do shit like that. The counting in the closet still happens sometimes after midnight, but it no longer sounds anxious. It sounds like a child making sure there is enough softness ready before the next difficult hour arrives. This is so heartbreaking story I have ever read, guys. First, one child passed away many years ago, and now a 6-year-old. It's a little freaky, but if you guys know what was happening to these innocent young children, it's so heartbreaking. I lost my grandparents, and they died peacefully too, but one died from asthma and the other one died from type 1 diabetes, which is my granddad. I don't know what's going to happen to me when I'm that old. I mean, I'll probably die peacefully myself. You never know. It could happen. So that's why I have meds. That's why I take these meds. and it helps me to stay alive longer, maybe live for the next 30 or 40 years or whatever I gotta do. So my husband always reminds me or asks me if I did my meds or not. So I'll have to check my blood sugars all the time and see how much meds I have to put in, or like for my cholesterol or something. I always take my meds. So I've been diabetic since birth. I didn't know I was sick until now. Well, till I was a teenager in high school, like 10th grade. That's when I found out I was diabetic. So I was in the hospital for days. And I learned how to do medications. And well, my mom had to do it first, and then I had to learn, practice, and I got good at it. So I take care of myself with meds. It actually works. So as soon as I get off, I will check my blood sugars. And if it's high, I'll have to put meds for that too. Anyway, we have some questions right after the story. If you guys have any questions, just you can leave me a comment down below right here on the screen, where it says post a comment on below. So anyway, like right there, where you see the comment down below right there, that's where it should be, like right there. So that's what you have to do. Anyway, let's get started on the questions. If you have any, just let me know. So right here on the right side. Anyway, we've got 10 questions, including 10 answers. I hope you guys give me something. So anyway, let's get started on the questions. Would you have kept working that corridor after hearing the child counting?
Yes.
Of course we would. Yes, we would. Even my husband from the other room says he definitely would. I know I would. If I worked in a hospice care, I would definitely try and learn how to work with this spirit of a young child. I think this little girl's name was Eleanor. So I hope you guys try to see if you can, I don't know, pray for the next person who's going to end up very weak and end up dying somehow. Please pray for that person. Any person. Well, there is a person that you can pray for. Is my friend Stacy. She has a daughter who has autism, and she's getting a lot worse. She's just a little baby, itty bitty little baby, and that was born not too long ago, maybe about a year ago or two. Perhaps maybe her daughter is about 2 years old, probably, and please pray for my friend Stacy and her child. Her daughter's name is Braylon. Braelin. That's Braylon. She is a very small child who's probably sick by now with autism, but please pray for her, and she needs a miracle. And Stacy really wants to her daughter to feel better. And if Stacy is watching my show right now, Stacy, I am praying for you and your daughter. literally. And I hope that God can grant your wish for your daughter to feel much better. So, no matter what happens, we are here for you no matter what. So, but yeah. Let's go to number 2. What do you think Eleanor is really protecting?
Her piece of knowledge.
More like children. Helping the nurses to protect children.
Yes.
Not just herself, but also, well, she was trying to help the nurses protect the kids, well, from something evil. Well, she was making sure that little kids get what they needed: medicine, washcloths with water in it, like the blue ones, of course. So, but yeah, I think she was protecting, perhaps a lot of young children who are dying. She wanted them to live like the way she never had a chance to, like being alive. Well, she was trying to protect the souls of very young children from being taken away from something evil. Well, by something evil, but All right, let's go to number 3. Why does a caregiving haunting feel different from other ghost stories? Well, that's a good question, you guys. It's different because there was a young girl named Eleanor who died. Like, I don't know how old she was, but she died young, like child-sized young. Maybe about 6 years old, I think. And she never had a chance to live, especially with medications. But so she was hanging around in hospice care, I guess. She was looking after the kids, apparently, and everyone else. She actually was helping the nurses trying to get what they needed. I mean, she was like hanging around in the corridor, like the north side of it. She wanted the washcloths, the blue ones, to be ready for any child or any adult sized person needed, because perhaps they were dying of something, literally, and this is why she was helping. And I think she was there to help, not cause any trouble. She was already dead anyway, but I think she was helping them. I'm actually happy about it. All right, same question for you, babe. Why does a caregiving haunting feel different from other ghost stories?
Because they actually care.
True. I think so, yeah. This dead little girl cared about children, cared about everything. These nurses tried everything in their power to keep these kids and adults alive. No matter how much they want to help saving their lives, and death has taken them, but in a very peaceful way, like that 6-year-old boy in that story. He died very peacefully. The mom thanked everyone who did everything they could to help. So, but yes. All right, let's go to number 4. What unsettled you most? The voice in the closet, or the tray being prepared ahead of time? I'm guessing both. I think it's the voice and the tray prepared ahead of time. That's more unsettling. So, what do you think, Bubba?
A little unsettling.
No, I mean, what unsettled you most? The voice in the closet or the tray being prepared ahead of time?
The tray being prepared ahead of time.
Good question. That's a good answer, too. Wow. It's definitely, I think it was the voice, not just the tray being prepared ahead of time, especially the little girl's voice. That's what I think. A little girl was just counting the cloths just because she liked being near them. So it was definitely the little girl, but she was just trying to protect any child from anything. At least she tried so hard to make sure these kids were alive. She even communicated with one of the nurses. Eleanor was the beautiful little girl, and Faith finally got her to notice. Faith got noticed this little girl. And this is what this little girl wanted so much. She wanted a lot of nurses to notice her, but only one did. But the rest of them tried everything to make sure everyone was taken good care of. All right, let's go to number 5. We have about 5 questions left. We're almost done. We're on about 42 minutes left. Was Faith right to accept the help from trying to banish it? I think so, yes. Do you guys think Faith did the right thing to accept help from a dead little girl? I think she did. What do you think?
Probably death to that little girl.
No. Do you think Faith did the right thing by accepting help from a little girl who died? I think so. We agree to that. Anyway, I hope that you are, participating on this. I really would love to hear your thoughts and your stories about it. So, we're almost done here anyway. Let me know in the comments if you think Faith did the right thing by accepting help from a little girl who died many, many years ago. Let's go to number 6. What do you make of the line, "The small things hurt first"? Well, when Faith said that she said small things, when Eleanor said all those things, it's probably because she said something about, I don't know, injuries or whatever it happened. So, if you think that small things hurt first, which is like injuries or bruises, something like that, if you guys think that is, let me know in the comments. I think it's probably all the hurting, like, say, falling down or scabbed or whatever, like scraped from something. That's the small things would hurt. Children are always getting hurt first. Not just adults, but also young, small, innocent children. Literally. My husband got hurt when he was younger, right? You got hurt by something that made you feel kind of hurt, right?
Yes.
Tell them what happened to you when you were younger.
I slipped, I fell, I got bruises, etc.
Did it hurt?
Yes.
Did you survive?
Yes.
There you have it, guys. My husband had that problem. But he survived, he healed. It happened to me too. Small things were hurt too. I fell off my bike and I got scraped by the cement. My hands and knees were bloodied a lot. I mean, literally. It only happened one time when I was younger. But yeah, well, I've fallen so many times, probably. I even fell downstairs when I was a kid. I survived that when I was in third grade as a child. I was still living in Russia when that shit happened to me, but I survived.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, children get hurt a lot, especially from falling down the trees or whatever. But kids survive, but most kids don't, because I guess it was their time to pass away and then end up being a spirit. Well, things happen anyway, but grief has a lot of weird shit going on. A lot of paranormal shit always happens. Anyway, let's go to number 7. Can attention detail become a form of love strong enough to linger? Of course it can. Yes, it can. A mother's love always lingers because a child passed away very peacefully, and when the child dies very peacefully and the child knows that the mother loves her baby very much, she wanted her child find peace and love. So love is stronger than anything, like any danger shit, but it's a lot strong enough to linger. Yeah, of course it can, especially a mother's love and a father's love for a child that is about to die, and a mom really, really wanted her baby to live, but her baby died. But a baby will always love his or her mommy and daddy, even from beyond the grave. I mean, my grandparents loved me so much, but they never had a chance to watch me grow up, even though they loved me from beyond the grave. I love my grandparents too, but one day I will join them. Just not now. I have so much to live for, like have a husband and a great house of my own and a child to take care of, and a job, a paying job, of course. And this is what I got. I have a husband, we have a house, and we have a kitty. We think of her as a child, like a human child. So I take care of her a lot, take care of my husband's clothes. I wash them, put them in the dryer, and cook dinner. Well, we both cook, but sometimes one of us has to cook, and the other one would be doing whatever he's doing. Have you started the dishes yet?
I'll turn them on here soon.
Is the dishwasher full?
Yes.
All right. Cool. See, we always work together on our shit, especially talk about what should we do at the house. How are we going to take care of the house? A mother and a father always try and figure out what should they do. And they make a plan. A wife literally reminds a husband what to do when we have a problem. A wife reminds a husband to call someone when we have a problem.
Yes.
And you did.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God the help was arrived. So, my job is done. Anyway, let's go to number 8. Would you leave the blanket, the basket of clothespins too? Yes, of course. I mean, if I had a clothespins in the basket, I would definitely leave it, of course. If I were a ghost, I would definitely tell the living where to grab the stuff. I mean, where to put it and where to grab it from. Easy peasy. Or just give it to them. Maybe, I don't know, share a living space with the spirit or a living, whatever. But that's exactly what I would do. But of course, yes. Let's go number 9. All right, you guys, we got 2 questions before I shut this thing off tonight and get ready for bed. Well, I'm already cleaned up, so I'm probably just going to hang out in the bedroom and watch TV on my phone or something like that. Maybe call my friend Fearless or whatever. I'll just text him later. Is this more a haunting or a continuation of care? I think it's a continuation. That's what I think. Let me know in the comments if you think it's a haunting or a continuation of a care. Just let me know. And see what the questions go through. I mean, what is more reliable for answers. All right, let's go to number 10. All right, we've got 1 question left. We are in 52 minutes now. We're almost done. If a place quietly helped the frightened, would you call it haunted at all? No. Of course not. I would call it well, if I think of something, I probably would. But I would probably call a very peaceful. I think I would call it peace. That's what I call it. Haunting is like when spirits don't know how to move on in the afterlife or find any closure or justice or whatever. That's what a haunting is like. Not getting anything finished. They have something like unfinished business. That's what a haunting is. So, same question for you, Bubba. If a place quietly helped the frightened, would you call it haunted at all?
Yes.
All right then. Well, I think that's all we've got for tonight. Thank you guys for watching this video and listening and being very brave. Tomorrow we'll be doing a new story called Signalman at Red Creek Crossing. This is a new story, and we'll be doing the same time as tonight. From 8:30 p.m. to 9. And it's already 9:29, so thank you guys and have a wonderful night. We'll be doing episode 174 tomorrow. Thank you, and please click like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and may God bless you all. Good night.